Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. What we're going to get into is a couple of plants that have been needing separated. This one I showed you when I got it from the grocery store a couple months ago, and after 3 months, here's where we're at. We're about to repot these two, and this one is in the pot that it came in from the store. It's got tons of new leaves coming out right now, but its soil is not good. I check it every week and I've seen a couple bugs in it. It needs done. It needs done. This one I have had for years, probably, well, not so long. I bought it a couple years before when I moved to working from home back in Indy. This ZZ plant was said to be one that can grow in a closet. It doesn't need light. It could go without water. It will be fine. So I bought it. It's keep in the basement where my old desk was. Didn't get much real light. It only got the fish tank ambient light. And it did okay. But ever since bringing it here to Florida, it's been growing like crazy. So just recently I've taken probably 6 or 7 cuttings, like similar to this, like just something that's kind of hanging off to the side, skinny stalk. I cut it close to the soil. I don't even see any of them left. But when I was watering this thing not long ago, I found one of the roots sticking up along the edges. This guy right here, root, coming up out of the soil, which is not good. If it's exposed to light, which as you can tell, I tried to bury it back down, it will die. These things like to be root bound, so that's why I haven't messed with it. But we're gonna repot it today. See some yellowing of the leaves, like it's not getting what it needs to. I can tell, you can't, I'm sure, but this pot is like bowing out on both sides, so the rhizomes that are down inside here are gonna be crazy. So let's see what's in both of these. One may be scary, so we're gonna do this one second because I'm afraid of what kind of critters might be inside. And this one, because this guy has been quarantining in this office space for a while with quarantining fish. But this guy has been in my plant room for years. So time for him to upgrade. We're going to split him into 2 pots. And this one as well, we're going to split into 2 pots. This one can propagate from the cuttings. This one, the only way to propagate is to separate. So we're going to try that and see how it goes. As with most of my repottings, we find that it had grown down inside here. That's 1 root, 2 roots. So this is why I was struggling to get it out. Pot inside of a pot. We've got all of these roots to deal with. So we'll separate and still try and pull it off. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Oh, look at that perfect little coil in the center. That's freaking adorable. Oh my gosh. They said it likes to be root bound, but holy crap. And they're like these little potato rhizome sort of things. See this? This is what was making another one pop up above the soil line here. It's because it was growing over this guy. And he got bigger. And so that pushed this up out of the soil. So any of these with the little rhizome potatoes, I can put in a new pot. So let's start separating. Oh my gosh. Crap, I might need more pots. As it turns out, I needed many more pots. All right, so here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces that I will be starting into new plants. Probably gonna put 2 of them together in the original pot. Oh shoot, that I just broke. So, I need more pots. All right, we got all 5 of them potted up. Got a lot of really pretty ones here. Did not expect I was going to be walking away with 5 ZZ plants. I thought maybe, you know, 2 and a little propagation, but nope, 5. I don't know, I'd ship them, but let me know if you want one. I'm keeping the one that had the curly Q root in the middle of it. So, time to move on to number 2. I've never owned a Calathea before, but they have these neat little root nodules hanging off of them, kind of like my Boston fern did. So that's wildly interesting to me, which means that they work off some kind of microzonal, aka fungusy, like system, network in their soil. So I'm going to try and pack as much of that original soil in here with my good soil as I can. See how it goes. And another larger than expected repot. So we've got the original pot filled with one that's got lots of new growth coming out here, and some that were kind of dying up because really they were being choked out in the middle by all the rest of this. So this one's got 3 new leaves coming out. This one's got 1 new leaf, but lots of good root and rhizome. This one I'll wind up selling once it's got a, unfurls these new leaves and shows me some more. There's 2 there. And then we got this little guy that I'll sell too once he shows some signs of growth. Super excited. 5 plants under one. 5 plants under one. It's a good day. So this one I thought was a complete goner. Both of the leaves that were on it, the smallest cutting, well, not cutting, the smallest separation, they had gone dead. But then there was a little sprout coming out, and it's turned into this beautiful leaf. But if you look in here, there is another just beginning to come out of the soil. So I think this one's about to have another leaf as well. It's got a little node at the bottom, sort of looking like it's about to do something. So we'll see what comes. This was one of the others, and here is the original. Also wanted to introduce you to some of our newest additions. Wesley's been wanting axolotls for quite a while, and glad that he's now got 3 of them to hang with. So cute. Thanks so much for watching the plant separation today. We'll keep you updated on some progress, and stay tuned for what's next.